Here's a teaser for the video. Stick around and see how I made this absolutely gorgeous turtle wall hanging. Enjoy!
Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So I ordered several kind of wooden cutouts because I wanted to do like a big ocean scene, and then I thought, no, I'll do like a series of clocks, and they arrived and I thought, ooh, I don't like these. These are kind of cheesy looking. And then I thought, well, I'm going to do something with them. So what I'm going to do is, I love turtles, and you'll see if you look back in my past videos, I'm going to try to do something with this. It's like turning, what do they say? What's the expression? Excuse me. Turning a pig's ear into a silk purse. So that's what I'm going to try and do with this. So I have some Elmer's glue all here, and I am going to get some paper towel to put under to catch my leftover beads, because did I knock you? I'm sorry. What I'm going to do is this whole centerpiece I'm going to bejeweled this piece, and these little areas are going to be, I'm going to use these really fine, these are micro beads, what do they call them? Tiny treasures, minuscule micro beads. Anyway, and they're tiny and I hardly ever use them. I can never find a reason to use them because they're so tiny and I don't even know what to do with them. And I'm going to use pipettes for the glue, if it'll work. I'm hoping it will and not be too thick. I'm hoping I can, or I might have to even use a little brush. I might have a little brush next to me that I can use if I have to. But anyway, I'm going to try and paint this glue on and just do this in sections. And this is going to obviously take some time, and I'm not expecting you to sit and watch me do this whole thing, because that would be like watching paint dry or watching the grass grow. So I'm just going to show you kind of what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do that for each of those little spiky things, and then I'm going to put these on and let that dry. And once that's dry, then I'll come back and we will tackle the kind of proper shell area. So now that section's done, I'm going to tip the turtle over, gently give it a pat, and all those little, I don't know what you would call them, spiky bits around the edge of the shell have held on to the beads. Right, the next step is I am going to go and do the same with these lines, but instead of doing the micro beads, I'm going to use this cut glass mixed with this cut glass, and I'll use this Petri dish to hold them because I'm going to use a mixture. Oh, because I've got a pipette underneath. I'm going to use a mixture, and the reason I'm going to do this, and I'm going to go around the edge here, because I want to create like a domed effect, because I'm going to fill each section with kind of a multi-pore colour resin. So it's going to look like the shell is raised. So let me just mix these two colours together. And I'm not sure how much I'll use, but I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to paint these lines. So I'll do this one with you watching. And this little brush is like a dollar store makeup brush. It comes in like, you get them in like a bag of about 100, and they are so handy for so many things. I don't use them all the time, but they're really good to have in your studio. You'd be surprised how handy they are. So then, once that's done, I'm just going to put the crystals on. Pat them down. That should create a nice kind of dam for the resin to be poured in. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the shell in that same format, and then I will come back to you and we'll start painting the rest of the turtle. Oh, it's gone really dark all of a sudden because we're about to have a thunderstorm. So let's hope it holds off just for this part of the video, because I'm not going to do the rest of this until tomorrow. So all this glue has dried. I'm just gonna tap this off, and any that I kind of think are on the way, I'm just gonna pick those ones. So now all the pieces are off, and I was thinking of, oh my gosh, can you hear that thunder? I'm going to do this bit really quickly. I was going to put coloured resin in all of these pieces, but what I've decided to do, I'm going to paint everything, and this is a really good project for like resin for beginners, because, or even resin for beginners, or people who hate to draw or can't draw, or feel they can't draw a turtle. Here we have a perfect cutout. I'm going to paint everything. I was going to put coloured resin in here, but the reason I'm not going to is because you see this gap here? If I poured like a really nice mixture of like brown and green and maybe a little bit of gold, that is just going to run straight through that little gap. And there are little gaps everywhere between these crystals, gaps that you probably won't even notice, but it would be a hard one to do. Alternatively, what I could consider doing is putting a moulding paste in here and painting that to create like a shell thing. I might consider doing that. Anyway, before this thunderstorm happens, So the other thing I was thinking of doing is just painting everything and pouring resin over the whole thing. But I might consider doing moulding paste in all of these, and then it really will kind of give it like a shell-like quality. It just might be difficult to get the moulding paste in here without covering up any of these lovely crystals. But I'm off to a different room because I don't want to sit here in a really big thunder and lightning storm that we've been warned is coming. So I will see you tomorrow. Before I did the painting, I thought I would actually do the moulding paste, and the moulding paste is going to take several hours to dry, so I am going to just do a little application for you. This is Liquitex Professional Light Moulding Paste. It dries pretty quickly, but what I'm doing is I'm applying it to each area, and this isn't how I want it to finish, but before it finally dries, so hang on, let me just like put it in the area. I don't want you to see me doing the whole thing because that would be intensely boring for you. So I'm just applying it to each area. And then I will let it dry, not till it's completely dried, till it's like almost dry. Because I don't want it to be like this looks like icing on a cake or a Christmas cake, and I don't want it to look like that. So, and before it's completely dry, I'm going to come back with like a damp finger, and then I will like kind of smooth it round like this, so each part of the shell will be rounded and will look more like the shell of a turtle. It's been a couple of hours, and the moulding paste is beginning to set up. So I've just got some water here, and what I'm doing is re-wetting the moulding paste, and I couldn't do this when it was like really wet. It would just like completely just stick to my fingers. So as you can see, now it's still like a few hours away of being completely set, but this gives me the ability to like smooth it more like a shell like finish and manipulate it to the finish that I want it to have, rather than like a cupcake finish. I don't want it to be like completely smooth because that wouldn't be like a turtle shell look. So just going over those. Now it's painting time for the turtle. And I have 8 different colours I'm just going to blend. I'm not going to name them all out. I will just list them below. And I have my Floetrol. So I think, you know, turtles come in so many different colours. Mine's mainly going to be green and gold. So I'm going to begin with the green and lots of different layers. So I think the majority of this is going to be in fast time. painted the, around the body with metallic bronze and tin pewter. And now these bits are dry. I'm just going to rinse that brush off. I'm going to use a very fine brush and go over some of the details in gold. And what I've decided to do is, I think when it's all finished, I'm going to do the edges in like a gold gilding liquid, because I think that'll look really nice. Anyway, this is what I'm going to do with the flippers, paddles, what are they called? And you know, it's going to be kind of smudgy. And then for the shell, this is going to be kind of green and gold. So I'm going to do the shell now, and I've got some burnt sienna here too. So this is going to be all kind of blended, different colors, gold, green, very kind of turtle-like. I want to make sure all this white molding paste is covered up. Some green, some gold. Yeah, like that. I kind of wish this gold was stronger, but that's okay. I like that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the shell done. The shell has finished, and I'm going to work on these paddles and the rest of the body, and then once I've finished that, we will come back and work on his face. Back to colour my turtle's head. So I'm hoping I like this. God knows, I mean, it might be a complete disaster, but we shall see. Once it's covered with resin, it might be adorable. Now I've got a little cup here with Floetrol in it and a little cup with water, because I'm only going to use the one brush, and just my water's just to rinse my brush in between colours. So I'm going to fast forward through this bit, enjoy the music, and when it's done, I will be back. We'll mix some resin and get on with it. me just rinse my brush. I am going to let that completely dry, and we will come back and resin the piece. So I will see you in a bit. I finished painting his or her pretty little head, and then when I looked at the body, I thought, oh, it's kind of a bit flat. So what I decided to do was go around the edge and bling it up, and decided to make this a bling turtle because we have this 3D going on because of the molding paste. And then I painted all the edges in gold gilding liquid, and everything is ready to resin. So let me push these little cups in so they don't stick. And the resin's mixed. I have my torch. Resin has been sitting for about 10 minutes, so I can pop some bubbles on the outside, and I'm just gonna pour this on. Oh God, you know what resin does? It just makes everything pop. So there we go. I am going to pop the air bubbles, and oh no, that little hump isn't completely covered. Just check all the humps are covered, because don't forget this is like kind of a sort of a 3D effect. And I also went over there were gaps in between the turtle shell that had some white showing from the molding paste. So what I did was to take the gilding liquid, the gold gilding liquid, and just covered those up with the gilding liquid. So everything kind of nicely ties into everything. So when this is dry, I think I might even show it to you hanging on a wall. So we will come back tomorrow and see my little glam turtle hanging on the wall, and it will then be on my Etsy store in about 4 days. Thanks for watching. Here's my turtle. I am in love with this turtle, and I'm so glad I decided to bling it out. Oh my gosh, let me bring you in for a close-up and see if I can do oh, maybe I'm too close. Like a side angle. You can see his humps and all his bling, or her bling, his or her LGBTQT turtle, whatever. Anyway, it's really, really cute. Love, 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 love. So, there you go. My bling turtle. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next vid.